I'm picking up on an energy where you and another person you're connected to, it's kind of like, I'm hearing the word timeline a lot. It's like you were on different timelines, but something happened, divinely orchestrated, it feels like, where at this, so something that was taking place that brought you two together. So you aligned in that moment. Your timelines came together, and then something happened and you went your own ways again. Okay, and it feels as though whoever this is for, this is like, it's a really powerful connection is what I'm picking up on, a bond that is, it's like I'm seeing red thread, but also something that's so, it's a divine connection, truly. Okay, it feels like across lifetimes, your souls will come to each other at the exact right time to remind each other, oh wait, no, that's the way home. And then you'll go on again to do what you need to do. It's like every time you come together, there's this, it is a soul recognition, yes, but it just feels like each time it just feels more and more like the most right thing. It just feels like you're fusing the cells even of your energy bodies in such a way where it just feels so right. And each time it's like you're coming back home to yourself again and again, every time. Okay, so you've both been doing what you need to do, and it feels like something's shifted again. Okay, something's shifted, or it is, something's happening. Okay, so I'm just going to get some more information to see who this message is for and what the message is moving forward for you. I'm going to do some cards. I'm going to do some for the divine masculine and then the divine feminine. Okay, so just to confirm who this message is for and what the message is. So cards for the divine masculine. Divine masculine. This is someone who, I'm hearing the word shredded. I don't know. Anchor. Okay, number 35 and 9, literally, the divine masculine is an anchor. So they're working on their stability, their endurance. They've had this willpower within them to keep on going. And I think that this is something that they themselves have discovered, because they've had mountain after mountain, hurdle after hurdle that they've had to overcome, obstacles. Okay, so they've had to learn how to anchor into themselves and not be led astray by the winds all around them. You know, maybe they're a bit of an adventurous free spirit, you know, they like that idea. And when you're that kind of person, you really have to know who you are so you can move in the way of your alignment and not just be led into other people's, you know, karmic timelines and whatnot. And I think this is someone who's had to learn this the hard way. There's stability here, they're finding that. Okay, long lasting, steady, fortitude, solid, enduring, stable, secure. Okay, so that's really beautiful. I do have a feeling that this is something that I think the divine feminine would have seen in their divine masculine, or at least that they are able to be this anchor, you know. But I don't think that they saw this. Like I said, that came through for a reason. They've had to prove this to themselves, this divine masculine. They could have had a birth of a daughter here, but also there's this energy of a new beginning, number 13, creative new beginning, tenderness, new perspectives. I also think that they're seeing their divine feminine in a very new way because of everything they've been going through. Yeah, look at this. The magnifying glass, number 27. This is all about doing your research, finding out more information, and in doing so, they're seeing somebody in a new light. They're understanding what it means to have a really secure and stable, trusting new beginning. Wow. Okay, divine masculine. They've been finding out information, and it's been in a very secretive way, okay? But also I do think that there could have been something about a child because of the way that they were behaving, the way that they were projecting their wounds, you know. I think that there could have been something that they had to handle with this beautiful key here. So we've got 14, 9, 33 and number 8 as well. And then you've got the beautiful stars here, 16 and 6 it says. So, but first, the key. So they found a solution to whatever this is, you know, with the new information that they've been gathering very secretively. I will say stealth, it says on there. Acting in ways that no one can ever know if that's you or what you're doing, right? Well, they're finding a way out of whatever situation they've been in so they can move forwards and unlock the level of this new beginning that they want to bring through, okay? They're finding more insights in gathering this information. They're understanding what it's going to need. They're paying attention. So whoever their person is connected to them, things that they're not, they're very much paying attention, even if it is in secretive ways, which I'm not advocating for. Insight, solutions, clarity, important. I think that they have some important truths. Hidden mystery. I literally just heard hidden mystery very clearly. You know, I think they feel like their person is a hidden mystery, and this is probably what they felt like when they first met this beautiful divine feminine of theirs. They saw her in that light, you know. They saw, wow, this is something new, you know. But it was almost like their own, you know, when you first. It's like when, and it's going to be a weird analogy to compare to, but you know when a child has a new toy and it's like the most exciting thing, and that's it, they're done with it, kind of thing. And that's a really weird thing to compare this to, but it's come through for a reason. So clearly there was someone who they weren't in this anchor energy, even though the person that they connected to saw them as that. They're understanding things better. I think that they see this person as their peace, their miracle, their wish come true. And I don't think that, oh my god, the lighthouse under that as well. Wow, shining light, beautiful. Okay, divine masculine, divine masculine. I think that I'm hearing self-protective mode, very much self-protective. So you know that I'm saying that they're acting in stealth, in secretive ways, is because they've got a guard up. They've got a guard up. Wow, waterfall, overflowing abundance. Okay, they've had to learn how to stay anchored so they can hold this down. Okay, they've cried a lot, whoever this is. They've had a lot of tears to have to release what they needed to that was preventing them from, you know, anchoring into themselves. I keep hearing that. So emotional release, letting it go, fulfillment, release, tears of joy. Tears of joy. They might themselves have found, you know, with this audience energy, they were a bit chasing, I've just said clout. So chasing validation externally. Number 20 and number 8, number 34. Yeah, there's that obstacle. Already do you think an unexpected obstacle came their way, and it could very have been a child. And I would not say a child is an obstacle, okay, that's not what I mean. I just think it was something they weren't expecting. But also I think that they themselves have been very, very blocked off and cold and distant and being very prideful, actually. I don't know if they realise that, but towards this beautiful new beginning that was presenting itself. Innocent new beginning, you know. They didn't feel experience like they felt like it was out of their control, okay? So they couldn't handle their emotions that were coming up. They couldn't handle a lot of what this new beginning presented to them, okay? So colour blue, and landscapes could be really important to somebody. Landscapes, okay, they're really having enlightenments and epiphanies. When I said that fox energy, these light bulbs come out with that fox energy. So that sneaky ways, they're learning a lot, and it's how, believe it or not, it's bringing breakthroughs to them, and they're understanding what divine union is here. Okay, number 26, they've had an aha moment, discovering, realizing, revelations. Epiphany, again, another card of intellect. Their mind is expanding in ways that I don't think they has before, especially when it comes to this idea of divine connections, which means I've clearly cycled through not divine connections. Okay, this, a bit of a maverick, okay, rule breaker, non-conformist. Okay. Number 25, bold, rebel, fearless. You might remember, if this is the Persian connector, you might remember them like this as well. Independent, risk taker. A bit of a loose cannon though. That's kind of what got in their way. But this, like I said, this is what they're breaking out of. They're understanding this better, how it doesn't serve them or their path. They're understanding more their path of success. It's not this way. They're understanding, yes, they've still got a bit of a rebellious nature, you know. But they're understanding how that can serve them versus how it's just worked against them for a very long time. This is where they're finding release. This is where their epiphanies are coming through, and they're understanding where this selfish behaviours are not the trusted anchor that can hold it down. They're not a path of success. They're understanding this, okay? But I do think that they're understanding what it means to go into their own path as well, to find that key, unlocking that key for their own path. It's not about the norms externally around them. This key is presenting them to something, a door that has not been unlocked before ever, whether it's to do with their generational or just even in their own lifetime, something that's really, it's different, it's unique, and it's going to take their boldness to move in this direction. Then courage and fortitude, big deal, whoever this is, okay? Snowflake. So this really does confirm that they've had a lot. So they've experienced a lot of emotional release, okay? They're understanding the fragility of the situation, which is their own emotional landscape, as well as this new beginning that was presenting itself that they weren't ready for at the time, okay? This is where their abundance can truly come through, but it's in honouring their vulnerabilities. This is where their strength can truly be fortified, okay? If that's the right word, I just came through. Okay, so, okay. Number 9 could be important, original, delicate situation, vulnerable, one of a kind, handle with care, fragile, frozen. I think being precise is really important. This is somebody who they haven't left their comfort zone for a long time, truly. And for them, change, they find it really difficult just to stay in that flow state and mutable kind of energies. That it's not easy for them. But this is why they've been stuck. They've been quite stubborn, okay? They've been stuck. It's kind of like they didn't want to, you know, they're not someone who likes to follow rules, right? So they're somebody who they didn't want to, I'll say, honour what was being presented to them, because it felt like it was almost like an obligation, when in fact it wasn't. It was just them, the way that they were acting. It was, again, there was stubbornness, there was pride. It was like, no, I'm not going to allow myself to feel that because it means I have to feel. But in doing this and finally allowing themselves to have these epiphanies and truly understand the depths of themselves, they are becoming this stable anchor. They're understanding what it means to be there, not be so flighty and impulsive and untrustworthy. They're a risk, you know, in any situation. They're a risk if they're like that. They're understanding this. They're understanding this situation as well is a one of a kind. This connection. Okay, cards for the Divine Masculine. Okay. Mercury. This Mercury has come out with the obstacles, actually, so that's really interesting. I think maybe they did the whole block thing and removed themselves when it came. Maybe you were connected online and they did that. But it actually impacted, it's almost like the inner child of the connected Divine Feminine is who they were kind of they feel like that's what they were doing. It's like they triggered that, you know, the inner child of their person that they're connected to in this way, okay? Number 20. They could have a large, you know, they could have a large following, or they could be connected quite a lot. There could be something about fame here that's important. I think that could be another thing, like they didn't want to, you know, when you have a certain persona, a certain version of yourself, and something comes in, like I said, your timelines are aligned perfectly. Remember when then you had to go your own way. It's because you were reminding, like I said, you do across lifetimes. Your soul journey is so that you do that every time. I know this is the way home. You're going off track, come back, right? So I think that one of the obstacles is that they didn't want to they'll accept their authentic self, their truth, their divine truth, and instead they were in this kind of version that they'd created, almost like, you know, I said self-protection a big deal for them, almost like as a version of themselves. So this is their shield now. They know who they are. This is my personality, my character, etc. Okay, but again, with this heart here, I do think, remember I said they're finding out information in a sneaky way. It could very well be online, okay? But in doing so, believe it or not, again, I don't advocate for that, okay? But believe it or not, it's opening their heart space even more. Oh my God, the fireworks under that. Ooh. And, you know, I think maybe that's what you'd react like as well, you know. It's like opening your mind to accepting and opening your heart to understanding that people have their own traumas and wounds and deal with them very differently. So, okay, yes, they're doing that, and maybe it's not something that, you know, it's not so honest, is it? But it's the only way that they feel they can protect themselves currently as they learn more. And actually, believe it or not, they're learning more about this connection than you can ever realize as a result of that. So just be mindful of what you are putting out there, okay? The heart, love, joy, desire. The opening up to that. Number 25, being from somebody. Number 20. Okay, Divine Masculine. The keys are a big deal here. New levels are being unlocked. And this is coming. The fox, you know, that selfish behaviour, the self-interest, the stealth, where they're getting the breakthroughs and epiphanies from. This is what's causing the change of heart. Number 27. There's a new beginning. There's a transition taking place right now. That's come through a couple of times, a transition. I did say there's something, there's a shift taking place, and it's happening for both of you. I'm going to get into the Divine Feminine in a moment, but many opportunities. Wow, freedom, hidden knowledge. Didn't I say that fox with the breakthroughs and the information, and I just kept talking about the intellect? Hidden knowledge. People won't know this about them, you know, how they're expanding their logical space right now, and their understanding of this connection and their journey in control. They're more in control than you realise. Power. Wow, they're really learning how to hold it down here. Another one for the divine masculine. Oh my god, you got the boy child as well. Okay. So you got the girl and boy child. I think this is their new beginning. This is them, number 13. This is kind of fertility though. They could have something about children. That keeps coming through, children on the mind. So yeah, truly, this is their unlocking their path to their new beginning here. And it is very, very much theirs, not done before the people around them at all. They are going, it's confirmation, they're going to need to be bold as they do this, thinking outside the box, and they're going to need to be fearless. So that courageous energy that I mentioned, it's a big deal. Whilst they harness the reins on that, you know, that loose cannon energy, that they really are learning how to do that. That's why the anchor was their first card, okay? Wow, it's really beautiful. They could have, children keeps coming through for them, so something about that is either on their mind or something. Creativity, spontaneity, yeah, when done correctly and not just impulsively and erratically, and you can't trust the person. You know what I mean? Spontaneity can be beautiful when you surrender, right? Okay, so there's this carefree energy. It's beautiful. It feels more light-hearted, you know, but they are gaining a very new perspective to unlock this new level that's coming through for them. Okay, that's why they're paying attention. They really are. Okay, cards for the divine feminine in this particular connection. Divine feminine. Ooh, North Star. She's following her North Star. She knows her core values, number 3. That's beautiful. Direction, guiding light. She could be a guiding light herself. Inner knowing, true path, clarity, hope, certainty, confidence, protection. She's connecting to divine beautifully. Okay, number 3. Divine feminine. Something about her needing, as she's learned what it means to need to stay, you know, spiritual hygiene and divine protection. She had a lot of detours. So her true path, her getting to her true path has had a lot of detours. Just like the divine masculine's had these obstacles, she's had detours, setbacks, delays, rethinking her priorities many times. Okay, and I think that was when she met this person too. Okay, number 30, course disruption, adjust, different paths. So she was on a path. She thought maybe she did think it was her path, you know. But I have a feeling something deep within her, she knew there was something else, something more, something different. But she had to, when this is what I meant, confirming again that you had to come across each other's aligned timing to show each other what your true path is, and it wasn't what you were both on. So she's had to completely go off path to her true path now, okay? External forces have been at play for her. She's learning what it means to value her priorities as well, just as she values her values, her core values, right? Honouring herself. Wow, stroke of luck is coming in for her. Clover. She could be very much into, you know, like superstition. So I'm seeing, you know, like horses' shoes and rabbits' butts and things like that. So that's come specifically. I've not heard that before come through. So 2 and 6. Horse. Yeah, the horse could be important for her. Okay, so good fortune, a reward. Another carefree energy, but I do feel like when you two met, you were in a very carefree energy, and that's why this could have very well have been completely a quick, short-lived thing, and very unexpected. Okay, so but there's luck. Luck is divine is on her side, truly. Okay, that's where that lucky energy feels like is coming through, lucky streak, right? Oh, she herself has been quite non-committal, whether she realizes it or not. Number 6. I think, yeah, holding out, blocked. Remember I said that was a big deal. Blocked. I think she's experienced that from a divine masculine, whoever this is. Holding out. Non-committal. Ooh, okay, so this is all about, this is her true path now that she's on. The gears, number 34. So this is coming together to work to create progress in a seamless, smooth manner, and it's like this interconnect. Like I said, you know, when the cogs are all like are coming together, the stars are aligning, the pieces are fitting. That's what's happening here. She's putting her ideas into action. That's her true path. So her divine purpose. That's what she's following now, and this is coming in divine timing again. Even she probably had to wait a while with all these delays, right? Because again, it's like you were aligning in energy, whole new realms, in order to come together in the physical. Okay, so the synchronicity is taking place. That's when she knows that she's in alignment, when she has these synchronicities, you know, the signs externally and whatnot. Okay, this is what's been the delays, the setbacks has been. I think that honestly, this connection was such a completely unexpectedly came about, but it also completely unexpectedly ended. It wasn't nice. She felt this. She felt the ending of this. So for this particular collective of divine feminine in this connection, she really did feel the I said this loose cannon energy of that divine masculine, that they've been, everything we've been saying, they've been understanding more. She felt the wrath of it, if you will. It was completely unexpected and a surprise turn of events here. That's why this detour, rethinking priorities, this whole thing made her feel like that she was left in longing. Number 32. There's definitely this strong pull you two have, like a really strong magnetic, and it makes sense with everything. The very first message that came through, this is a divine connection of soul recognition. So, but I don't think she was expecting to feel this. That, how says she's the one who's been a bit non-committal. She wasn't expecting to feel this connection, so pulling on her so much on her energy field. That was something she needs to be reminded of as well. To come back to your heart. Right, divine feminine. Communication. This is kind of nervous communication, making contact. That's come out with that lucky energy as well. So she could be receiving some kind of communication, number 12 and 7. Texting, calling someone, chatty, flighty, communicative, debate, discuss, nervous, negotiate. She could have something going on here when it comes to her abundance path that keeps coming through for her. And it could feel lucky, but she just needs to be mindful of how she's communicating and being true to her path, to her choices, to her alignment. Yeah. I'm hearing something about feeling like you need to know you're worth it. You're worthy of whatever this is that's about to open up for you. Okay, because it's a cycle. You needed to close, whoever this divine feminine is, needed to close out this energy of being non-committal, and because I think it was a self-protective tactic for her. Stepping away from getting into that intimate, truly vulnerable space of the heart in connection, that needs to be closed out. And that's why this divine masculine at that time entered her life to remind her. She didn't feel like that at the time, like I said, it was a reckoning, it was this longing, it was all this kind of stuff, but it all brought her back to this. Her true divine path, okay? Cycles. Soul agreements, okay, number 25. Agreement, pact, cycles, promise, karma, closure. Circle of trust as well, so ensuring the right people are around you to support you on this journey, and I think she's had a period of solitude for sure. Committed, partnership, reaping what you sow, contracts, that's what I mean. There's some stuff coming in for her. Okay, final few cards for the divine feminine. Yeah, that's confirmation that it's going to be communication, written communication. 27 is really important, keeps coming through. Number 7 as well. I think that this could be, again, to do with her path, where she's becoming more established here, actually. She's becoming more ambitious. She's refueling her drive in this right direction. I think that's what needed to happen. I think maybe she's falling off it. She's come back. She's come back for sure. Divine feminine. Oh, she is the lighthouse. Remember how I said she feels like the lighthouse to her divine masculine? She is, and she's finally discovered. So she saw him as this stable anchor, which he needed to step up into. He saw her as a lighthouse, which she needed to step up into. Number 7 again, 7. She is someone exceptional. She's magical. She's finally understanding this. Your inner guidance system. Again, remember I said it's her guidance system that's really powerful here. It truly is. Illumination, safe passage, right direction, secure. This is where her security comes through. Plotting a course now, gaining clarity, navigating these obstacles of the past, including whenever temptation comes around. She could have had some, had to deal with tempting offers that just weren't in her alignment, but also just temptation in different various avenues, even if it is addictive patterns, obsessive patterns, excessive patterns is what I'm getting. Okay, magic in the air. Number 11. Okay, divine feminine. Yeah, this is her needing to strike while the iron is hot now. Persistence. Funnily enough, I think this is what's guiding her person as well to step into their authentic self. Number 2, resolve, focus, concentration. So this lucky streak that's about to come. Strike while the iron's hot. Take determined action. Strength, persistence, resilience, and concentration are going to be really important for her. Okay. Ooh. Oh, stepping stones, process of arrival. Okay, I think this is, like I said, I said that self-protective thing, being non-committal, that's a really big deal for whoever this divine feminine is. It literally gets her into anxiety, truly, just the thought of it. And I think this is what's closing out. You're being guided, reminded here by divine, baby steps, step by step. This is part of your spiritual growth, okay? Number 23 and 7. Worry. needs to look after her health massively. Stress, there's a lot of fear here, you know. I think there's a fear of wasting your time on someone or something that isn't fully committed. But again, this is where the cycles are, and you're understanding things differently, closing that out, choosing what is your alignment, you know. Baby steps again, step by step. You're in the process of arrival right now. Divine Feminine, number 17. Golden ticket. So I'm going to get one more. Divine Feminine. Looking after your health is super important though here. Yeah, no more bottling up your emotions. A social connection is a big deal. Something's about to enter your scene, I feel like, 35, where you're going to need to be in that more aligned, calmer, centered space for you, you know. You could be adopting rituals as well. This is teacup, so maybe something about teas is important for you. Magical teas, is what I've heard. Okay. Okay, but just remember to not contain your emotions, because that's going to add to your being in that mice energy of just anxiety and fear and worry. Just, you need to find, that's why it says something about social connection, the right people. Status could be elevating here. Okay, so let me get some cards for your connection moving forward. So some clarity. Okay, there's a huge shift about to. Remember I said at the very beginning that there's going to be there's a shift taking place. It's, yeah, completely. Again, you two really access each other's lives at times. My God, you really do need it. But there's about to, in forward movement is being created here towards success, where you can truly take determined action now. You're going to have this energy that's just going to, like this fire that's going to drive, feel like, yes, give you a big push in the right direction, that willpower. Okay, it's going to be a rebirth, a transformation that needs to take place. Okay, that's good. Oh, okay, this makes so much sense. Oh my God, twin flames. So the very first message that came through for a reason. You really do, across lifetimes, your souls come together at that exact divinely orchestrated time to remind each other, no, this is the way home. You're going off track too much, you know. Twin flames, 11:11. So there's a rebirth in this connection taking place. Again, that could be truly, and you know, if you're truly on that path, you know that it's not just physical, it's energy, it's soul, spirit, right? So there's a sort of rebirth, a transformation taking place. Cancer energies, Scorpio, Leo's showing through as well. Okay, what else do you need to be aware of? Card of communication, Magician, curious. Someone's really curious. My God, they're finding out information. Their enlightenment, their epiphanies out of this world, but this is bringing communication. Divine Feminine is receiving the communication. Manifesting very quickly, whatever this new timeline that you're accessing is, way more aligned with each other, which is why your manifestations, whatever you're truly now in alignment with divinely, it's like they're coming through quicker. So allow this expansion to take place. So I'm hearing enjoy the unfold. It's almost like that anxiety comes over you again. Enjoy the unfold. Don't expect something on the other end, good or bad. Just allow it to be where it needs to be. Surrender into the hands of divine is what I'm hearing, okay? Yeah, trust your intuition as well. The moon, high priestess. Beautiful. Intuition, inner knowing, silence. The silent secrets. So going from silence to communication. I think that, you know, your connection, it's so profound that I feel like maybe you haven't spoken to others about this, as in the depths of what it truly is. Okay, but this is what's allowing them. Again, there was something about spiritual protection coming through heavy before. It's like knowing to protect your connection and each other is really important here. Okay, yeah, look at that, because the devil energy wants to come through. Of course it does when there's so much light here. The shadow self. I think you're just beginning to understand that part of you as well, and also each other as a result. Yeah, justice, you know. Clearing out that karma. Okay, wintertime, Capricorn energies. Again, that's the devil is also Capricorn energy. Don't forget the devil and Capricorn. That's really like so obsessively hardworking as well. That together, you could both be like that. You know, so focus on work that you use it as a distraction to your emotions. So remember not to do that. Healthier ways of communicating, feeling, releasing, understanding yourself, right? 2 cards of Capricorn though, so that season's going to be really important for you. Okay, 2 cards of Leo as well. Yeah. It could be really important signs. The goat, I'm hearing the goat. The sun. just looking at this devil quickly, you know, this does say addiction, and that was coming through specifically, wasn't it, for this with this card of longing and yearning, and you know, that came through the divine feminine actually, but it could be a mirroring thing here as well. Maybe it brought this out. Okay, with this sun as well, this is about success. I think there is this obsessive desire for success that I think is a mirrored thing here, that you're going to need to really gather strength over, but also if you really need to be focused, you need to focus on that purpose here, your divine purpose, okay, not just material success. It's important here because I think that's been a barrier towards, you know, that mountain that someone wanted to, like I say, with that fame energy. Be mindful what's driving you. But someone's is going to be feeling way more vitality and health within them after a period of this yeah, big yes, after a period of this it's like they felt this shadowy veil. Like I said, something about timelines are shifting, and you feel like you're in a warped reality sometimes, depending on what kind of timelines you're moving through. So sun will soon be shining, okay? Forward movement, it comes with this rebirth, okay? What else do you need to be aware of for your connection moving forwards? There is a new beginning. Look at this, a full Uranus. Jumping in, that's where that complete unexpected energy, I'm hearing completely unexpected communication, to be honest. I think someone's been learning and they're going to be really mindful of how they approach, okay? Yeah, and whatever happens, you keep on going. This is actually time to get going, to be honest. It's a beginning, it's birth again, okay? Leader, original, ignite ideas. Someone's coming in and they're coming in with ideas. Like they're not just coming in empty-handed and promises that they can't keep. They've got intention in their movement forward here. Yeah, the Justice card did come out. I think there's something of balance about to come through for you. Truth, integrity here. There could have been legal matters that were being dealt with by somebody. Because of, you know, that fox energy. I think that that might have been not just with this connection generally, and even business and just in their life. The Lovers was flipped out there. Okay. Carrying on, this is that card of purpose driven. Carrying on, because of success here. This whatever this is bringing you into alignment even more than you have done before. You're creating this, it's like I'm feeling this energy, this air around you. Like right now it just feels like veily, you know, and just a bit uncertain about what's happening moving forwards. But it's, believe it or not, once this veil lifts, and it's happening a lot within you, your systems, your energy, your light bodies, your mental body, your emotional body, everything is shifting. You could even be getting those physical symptoms of health. It's creating even more love. That sounds, the energy, that frequency of that divine love, you're embedding it even more within you, right? That anchoring that down into earth is a big deal. Like, it's not easy. Okay, and this is because, again, you're finding this kind of way new alignment with each other. Really beautiful, powerful. Okay, oh my God, the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. The Emperor. Whoa. Okay, Scorpio energies. Water sign could be important. So I think someone really wants to create, I think there's something about progress taking place in the next, it says 3 to 6 months there, but I don't know, because I don't really read that long usually, but let's find out. I'm going to get some tarot for you. Connection, I'm going to do connection moving forward. Scorpio's come through a lot actually. So I think Scorpio season's had a huge impact on somebody. Okay. I'm hearing, yeah, okay. Sowing the seeds and being intentional is creating this King of Pentacles to build this Ten of Pentacles. That could be a very abundant energy, but it's taken a while for them to get here. And therefore it's taken a while for them to pursue whatever this is that their understanding is in their alignment as they're having these epiphanies and realizations, okay? God, they've already been, I'm almost feeling like they had to test different grass to see which is the greenest, which sounds wild, but it was always going to be the one that they was destined for them, if you will, is in their divine alignment, truly. This is why they're having that new beginning now, to truly invest. Yeah, they're having a judgment call here. And this judgment, again, is confirmation that the connection itself is going through a judgment period. Okay? A rebirth. A way new understanding. It's like the third eye. It's like you have a joint third eye, like your soul star that you're connected, your soul star chakra that you're connected by. It's having a new perspective here. You know, on your own path as well as each other. Passionate new beginnings, Ace of Wands, wow. That's a devil at the bottom of the deck though, so there's definitely a lot of, there's a lot of passion. But just be mindful with this magnetic pull, you know. I think that's where you channel that fire, that passion into the divine light and allow it to be led by that love, you know. Okay. The world, yeah, truly, truly. I think there's about to be a huge chapter closed out, but it's coming with this forward movement this communication that's going to really allow a new beginning to simultaneously take place and no longer just feel like it's just there trickling in. It's not going to, you know what I mean? It's like actually a complete closure, not just bit by bit anymore. So I feel like it's been bit by bit, if I'm honest, for whoever this connection is. Yeah, Hermit. Okay, so it's very solo, whatever's taking place. Solo, Virgo seasons. Be important as well. I think the awakenings are taking place solo. And believe it or not, when you're in that solitude away from your external environment is when you are connected the most deeply with each other. Yeah, releasing this going nowhere energies, this, you know, the non-committal stuff, just releasing it so you can finally move forwards, you know. The Emperor's come out here. That's very first card being the anchor that was doing the divine masculine cards for. Now you got the Emperor, someone stepping up. Queen of Wands, they really are seeing the divine feminine as a light. I said that from the very beginning. They saw this in the divine feminine from the very moment they met them, but here we go. A lot of things got in the way, a lot of veils. Yeah, just as I said that, a lot of things got in the way. So this is where someone's understanding though, they're understanding themselves. They're understanding what's been in the way. When I say their rebirth is taking place, I mean, they're really reflecting right now. This is why they're doing things secretively. They're breaking through, finally breaking out of this, okay? Your connection moving forwards. Oh my God. It's definitely a lot of spontaneity. I'm hearing like a lot of adventurous, you have both share this adventurous spirit, you know. There's a lot of sexual desire here. A lot of that. Yeah, it comes from reminiscing about it too, okay? Wow. Okay, so the connection, okay, there's definitely communication coming here. It just needs to be mindful of how you both handle this connection because it's going to ignite this passion within you both. And this is where you're going to have the opportunity to close out this being seduced by each other's energy because it's so powerful. And, you know, like I said, that quick rendezvous energy that you do, that could be someone's default when they feel nervous as well. You know, that could be like their ego, that self-protective shield. Okay. Oh my God, this is double confirmation. There's a lot of communication about to come through. This is where you're going to have the opportunity to heal this though. To not repeat. Not just to repeat what you do with each other, but with anyone. Okay. There's forward movement. I'm seeing travel, passionate excitement energy to travel, okay. This could be a closing the distance, so I've heard. But again, rethink this. Rethink what's driving you. This feels fast, actually. Maybe, okay, 10 of Cups, oh my God, 10 of ultimate happiness. So when they're locked in, they're going to be locked in, okay? But the thing with this is someone really needs to, I think that they really need to, you know that maverick energy? This is something within them they need to harness. I think that they're not understanding it properly. They're understanding it. They're thinking that it's just, oh, you know, it's just who they are and it's spontaneous, impulsive, adventurous. But I don't think they're understanding that it's the opposite of that anchor. They need to understand how to alchemize this because for them to be trusting. And when you meet someone, you know, you can trust them. There's someone who shows up as stable in their emotion, in their reactions, in their capacity to truly handle what's happening around them. This feels very... I don't know, I think someone's really excited to be honest, which is nice, but they need to not be acting from the little inner child because you've got the pages here, then you've got the Emperor, they need to choose. This is where they're going to have an opportunity to truly reflect and understand what is it going to take for this 10 of Cups to really solidify here in my reality. That emotional fulfillment, that peace of heart, you know, that they get to hold down. Yeah, success, oh my God, that landed on that luck card as well. Ooh, that was the Divine Feminine. Some kind of lucky streak coming through for sure. Path of success. And this is not going to need, this is finally a path that's not going to lead to external validation. This is literally just, I know what I want. I'm hearing the cat got the cream. Having your cake and eating it too. I don't know, because sometimes the connotations of those are not the most positive, I think. But yeah, 9 of Swords. Oh, someone's a bit stressed. There's going to be some stress that comes away with this. So the clear message, overthinking, anxiety. Remember I said all that anxiety and everything that's going to come through the surface, it's going to come through, and this is where you're going to need to step back and recognize, hold on, you're literally being given an opportunity to beautifully move forward with this chariot, like fast forward, determined success, right? But I think because it's going to be so unexpected, it's going to feel like maybe a bit overwhelming, and you're going to need to just take some time to center and truly be honest that you need baby steps here. Maybe that's one of the cycles that needs to close out. This, you know, it's one thing that you're helping to teach each other, you know, this desire, yes, let's move in that direction, but also let's do so steadily. Let's do so in a way where we can trust, both of us can feel safe and trusting of what's happening moving forwards. Yeah, emotional stability. Wow, that's really beautiful. Got Cancer sign, Leo energies as well that are showing through a lot. Okay, I'm going to get these for your connection moving forwards, some guidance. I feel like I'm going to get some more tarot as well. Okay, so love yourself first. Yeah, so your self-respect is what's really shining through, or will shine through, for you to be able to create this safe space where you can truly explore these romantic feelings and understand your feelings are real and worth exploring. Comes with self-respect, because then you have healthy boundaries in place. Honeymoon. You could have had that honeymoon period, because I really feel that in this connection. It's like that super quick honeymoon period. Whoa. That was wedding. Okay. Okay, there's been a lot of having to release past energies for sure. And that's why I think this is where there might be some kind of confusion, but this is confirmation. This could be the one, right? So, all right, you deserve love. My God, don't block yourself off from what you truly desire and deserve love. It's about to come through, okay? Making the effort is important here, okay? So you've got attraction, so there's definitely attraction here, but again, stay present. There's a need to not allow the past to come through, or even just like this overthinking mind with everything that's been happening. Children, big things. Children has been coming through a lot. There really could be some kind of, but then you've got playfulness, so maybe it's like your inner children as well, because the boy and the girl connecting on that level, that light-hearted energy to it in order to move forwards. Staying present is important for you, especially divine feminine in this connection. Yep. Confirmation that you are in a separation. Light-hearted energy. In order to make the effort to move forward, there's a need to, very soon it says there, to extend that light-hearted energy, trust, allow the situation to unfold naturally, okay? New love cycle, expressing your love, okay? So I'm going to quickly get these moving forwards. Very soon, I don't know, it's a bit strange because I do think Capricorn seasons is really important for this. Time to give rather than take, Virgo energies. Time to give rather than take. So not just restricting the energy that wants to come forward, you know, adjustments are required, you know this. It's time to release negativity. I think that's such a big message. Time to release negativity, especially for divine feminine. I get it, you know, the person that you're connected to, they're not acting in the most, the ways that maybe you'd like, but I think it's because they're trying to understand their journey and this connection and everything. And that's not easy for them, especially with the environment they've been around. Because as a divine masculine, that's something they have to really break free from. Okay? They've had to release a lot from them. Don't let your past hold you back. Important. That's for both of you. Okay? Communication is key. That's going to be really important. How you communicate and how you choose to, because someone's about to be bold and make the first move here. Okay? Nothing's going to come of just holding on to the past and not allowing you both to move forward and be honest about what you've had to deal with during this period, okay? Prosperity lies ahead. Taurus energy, Gemini as well, and Scorpio. There you go. Leo, don't let pride get in your way. So this could be something really prosperous, expecting powerful change. Powerful change will happen when you allow the space for it. Meditate and contemplate places energy. So step back, it's okay, you need time. Just don't push away something that wants to come through, because that'll be, again, something that you're going to just recycle through. Remember those keys? Those rings? Important. You're closing something out for this newness to begin to reap what you've been sowing for this partnership and this contract to really come through. But that's where your keys are going to unlock the right doors, right? You're being handed the keys right now. Animal for divine masculine. Ooh. It's a card of miscommunication. Be mindful. Okay, and that's a card of effective communication. I think someone's truly been, I think if anything, they're the ones who are going to present very differently in terms of how they communicate, 18 and 12. They've been hiding things back, they really have. It's almost like they were, so scared about how they're going to be met, which is funny because the message that keeps coming through is Divine Feminine to allow this unfold. Okay, again, this is for a specific collective. You know, it's for you. If that doesn't align with you, then clearly it's not going to be for you. Okay, peace, harmony, helpful, playful. Again, they want this to begin light-hearted, boy and girl they got. Okay, so in tune, collaboration, humor, fun, joy. Okay, card for animal for Divine Feminine. Oh, ladybug, and that makes sense. You're coming into some prosperity. Number 3, vibrant, abundant life, happy, comfort, leisure, wishes are coming true, good health. Again, remember I said that's important for Divine Feminine. Balance, birth of a daughter. Phoenix at the bottom, wow. Card for your connection, moving forward as well. Card for your beautiful connection. Again, the Phoenix. Oh my God, the hummingbird, lifting out of negativity. Oh, you're finally going to be able to see the sweet goodness that is in your connection, that connects you together, that in a way that's, I think you felt it, but I think there's going to be a new way of welcoming that in now, in this new cycle that's about to begin, this new contract. Number 23, enjoyment. Again, be present. Rapid response. It's going to be a lot of communication here, so be really mindful with that. Someone's been upping their game with their communication, so find alignment with that. Resilient. Yeah, this connection is lifting out negativity, lightness of being, nectar, sweet goodness. It's beautiful. Been phoenixing for sure. Okay, I feel like I need to quickly get these twin flame oracles because it's a bit I don't know, they're just calling out. Okay, what does Divine Masculine want to say to Divine Feminine? Oh my God, constant theme. Okay, 3, I feel the sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond physical attraction. It needs to be elevated to the expression of deep unconditional love. God, I feel like you could be like a waterfall or something. Wow, powerful. They're definitely feeling that. Number 9, romantic messages. Oh, romantic messages, very nice. I'd long ago shut down those parts of me that wanted love, romance, and intimacy, but you make me long for those things again. Oh, 39. Okay. Again, specific message. If it's not for you, then it's okay. It's for who it is. Okay, number 8. I'm conflicted about whether I have what it takes to be your partner. Makes sense. That's why it's kind of like they've got the page, but then the Emperor's there. They are the anchor, but then it's like this maverick wants to come through. So on karmic stuff. Number 3, my heart is with another right now. I have to finish this karmic contract in order to be free. And this is where I think you feel a bit like scared and afraid, but this is just something that's part of their soul agreement. They need to clear through this, wherever this is, this energy. They need to clear through this. It's really strange that to come through because that release your ex did come through, so they're clearly releasing this past energy. And maybe that's part of the obstacle here, but because for me it feels, if I'm honest, it feels like Divine Masculine really wants to move forward and progress with this, and Divine Feminine's a bit hesitant. But again, with this, I guess that's probably why she's hesitant. She knows this. She knows that, are you fully present or? Okay, number 2. Whatever you just cleared, help me to shift to. And didn't I say there's been a huge shift and there is going to be. So as you clear, because you truly are connected energetically, emotionally, truly, as well as soul, you're impacting each other. Number 3 again, I'm changing this pattern and moving forward. So this is whatever this energy is that they're clearing out of their system. This is what's helping them to clear and get rid of this pattern, to heal through it finally. Motorcycles could be important to somebody, to heal through that finally. And they're moving forward. That's the important thing. They could genuinely be on a bike moving forward. Adventurous. I did say I have adventurous spirit. Maybe they're into like adrenaline highs and things. Okay, anything else? Okay, whoa, there we go. Okay, number 6. I'm walking home to you. I'm not sure where I am on the path, but I'm walking it. Music could be important to somebody. Musical instruments. Oh, wow. Number 8. Don't be tempted to disconnect from source. Our connection to source is a love and healing we require for a reunion. And I did say, especially Divine Feminine, something about your energy of temptation that really comes through heavy. So be mindful of those pulls, okay, including when you're being disconnected from your beautiful connection to divine and your divine alignment, your divine purpose. Number 9, again, I'm not going to give in to fear. I know fear is only an illusion. Finally, they've had a serious judgment awakening that was coming through for them. Beautiful. That coat could be important. Even winter's a big deal here. Number 3, again, I've been learning about twin flames and it feels right to me. Stonehenge could be important, okay? So sacred sites, powerful message. You've got this. Sending love.